sir. We're all talking about men's suiting right now. Please welcome Emma Tynan with Garrison Bespoke. I have heard so much about Garrison Bespoke, and it's all about men, I think, having a moment when it comes to formal wear. Now, you've been working there, and a lot of men come directly to you, Emma. Why is that?
We take a different approach. So, you know, when you ladies go out and you shop and people talk about your complexion and your body type, and this is flattering for this and that's flattering for that.
Yeah.
We do exactly the same thing for men. So we're going to look at your complexion, we're going to look at your body type, and we're going to find the best thing to fit you.
So strange that we never think that men would want that same attention.
They love it.
Of course they
love
do.
it.
Why wouldn't they? I know my own husband, whenever he goes shopping for suits and stuff, he gets help. He goes straight to, you know, the personal stylist, and they're able to pull for the body type, because men are all different body types as well.
That's right.
So there are a few very famous men who love Garrison Bespoke, including Drake. So let's take a look at some pictures of him wearing some Garrison Bespoke. There he is, being very serious with his friends.
So that was a New Year's party, and
Yeah.
he really wanted to have something that was a bit more fun, but not too flashy. So we made a suit out of a fabric from Dormay, which is a French fabric, and it just has a nice shine to it.
Right.
So it was elegant, but still looked phenomenal in photographs.
So we all know Drake is the ambassador for the Raptors, and the Raptors have really gotten on board with Garrison Bespoke as well. You've styled suits for them.
Yes, so this is actually very exciting. We pulled together and had some fabric engineered, so it was a four-way stretch, and we made suits out of that fabric for all of the players, and now they have a suit they can actually dunk in.
They have suits they can dunk
they
in.
have suits they can dunk in.
So why aren't they dunking in those suits? I want them to play a full game in a Garrison Bespoke suit.
That would be pretty awesome.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we also have the TFC. So the TFC saw the Raptors looking all slick and decided, hello, we want a part of this situation.
So TFC was actually a phenomenal team to work with. It was quite challenging though, because when they approached us, they actually said, we want to be as hot as the Italian team. And well, the Italian team wear Dolce & Gabbana, so that was definitely a challenge.
Well, very cool. I think that you rose to the occasion.
Thank you.
So we're going to show you some special suits right now with the models that we have. So all of these have been fitted for these models' bodies, and you can see men are taking a little bit more risk now when it comes to the color of their suiting, and it's mostly because of places like Garrison Bespoke. You encourage them to have some fun with color.
It's actually really cool, because when guys come to see us now, we can actually talk to them about what works for their complexion, and because we have so many different books to go through, we can find that right shade of blue, or we can find that right shade of, I'm not going to tell you because it's the last one, but yeah, so you'll get an idea. But is what's really important when looking for a piece is to find something that fits you. So if you're looking for a tailor or you're looking for a stylist, you need to make sure they match your aesthetic.
Very nice. And what's your name? I never got your name. Thomas, yes. Okay, thank you very much. You look great. I love the blue. Are they hesitant ever about going with a color?
Sometimes,
right?
But you know, they get used to you, and they understand that you realize what's good on them, and after the first piece, they don't go back. We call it the Garrison effect at the shop, because then they come in and they clear out their closets and they want to do more.
Because they look so good.
Yeah.
Like this beautiful suit. This is gorgeous.
So grey is excellent. Now, whether you're buying off the rack or whether you're looking for a tailor, if you pick a grey, it's great for the summer. So you can do a light grey in the summer. If you don't want it to look like a work suit, then you can take the charcoal like we have here and actually put the tuxedo lapels on it.
Love
and
that.
if you just unbutton that for me a minute.
So we can see what's underneath.
So look at this, Tracy. Isn't that stunning?
That's gorgeous.
It's a double-breasted vest. So when he takes off his jacket, he's actually going to have something dressy underneath. So if this was your groom, he would look different to the groomsman when he took off his jacket and still look dressy when everybody gets dancing.
It's about the details. That's what makes the difference, right? Hello, Christian Grey. All right, you're looking good. Give him a hand. Thank you very much. Very nice. Love that. Now this is really out of the box for so many men, but there are people that absolutely love it, even in our audience right now. So would you say this is more groom?
This is definitely more groom,
Yeah.
but when you think of destinations, everybody always thinks linen,
Yes.
right? So this is actually a silk tuxedo if you want to step it up a notch.
Nice.
And if you want silk or linen not to look sloppy, you're going to go for something with a stronger shoulder, a stronger chest panel, and then just let the rest hang. And this will actually keep it really polished for photographs. Yeah.
You are so right, because the problem with linen is that it just tends to hang, and you want a little bit more structure
And
depending on your body shape. It crumples.
It crumples.
This is a perfect choice. So how does this photograph? Because you think about these things when you're clothing Drake, he wants to know that he's going to look good in a photograph.
Yeah, and same with the grooms, right?
Yes.
That's what's going to be on their mantelpiece for the rest of their lives.
And this is going to work.
This is going to work.
Beautiful. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. You look great. He's ready to walk down that aisle. Love the pants. This is gorgeous.
This is what I was going to say about color. So
Yes.
men are afraid of color, but one of the really good things that you can do is find a color that works with his complexion,
Yeah.
and then go for something that's got a little bit of black going through the stitching. Black brings everything down a notch and
Yeah.
makes it more sophisticated.
And more accessible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
And if you get the right cut, it's not going to look like what our parents wore in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
You're actually going to get something that looks a little bit more structured, a little bit more sophisticated, but in a fun color that suits you.
Very cool. Zoot suit is not what we're looking for.
No.
We're looking for sophisticated, put together, and I will notice the pants as well on all of the guys have been very fitted, and that's something that's going to change from man to man. They all have a different inseam, they all have different thigh and calf sizes, so it makes sense to go bespoke, doesn't it?
That's right, and even if you just don't mind turning for me, if you just look right here,
Yeah.
you'll see the jetting on the side. We used to see big wide jetting like this, and it kind of looked like a bellhop, but now if
Yeah.
a gentleman wants it, we can do something a little narrower, and it makes it look more modern.
Yes,
and
it does.
It's not going to look like,
Less clunky too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's great. Really nice. They look amazing. Look at, excuse me, Mr. Sparkles. I feel like I need some sunglasses here. This is not for the the faint of heart, the guy that wants to fade into the background. You have to be used to the attention and be okay with it. Tell me the sort of client that would want this as a suit.
Okay, so everybody watches the Grammys and the Oscars, right?
Yes.
So you see a lot of this kind of stuff, more so at the Grammys than you do at the Oscars.
A ton at the Grammys this year.
But in real life, you actually have some of our Southeast Asian clients who have worn this for their wedding.
Yeah.
We've also had Asian clients. So this is infused with particles of sapphire. So when
real sapphires.
Real sapphires.
Oh my gosh, you're so rich.
Right?
What are you doing after the show? You're wearing a sapphire suit. I'm following him wherever he goes.
But then you can also do jade or gold, so it makes it more personal for your wedding, right? And then, if you're not doing the jade or the gold or the sapphire, you can actually have a little plate put inside your jacket, a little label, and it'll have your name, and it'll have your bride's name, your fiance's name, and the date of your wedding, and it just really personalizes
that's beautiful.
it. Yeah.
That is really nice. That is gorgeous. So you can't take that to a pawn shop then. I mean, it's been personalized, right? Emma, they're beautiful suits. Give her a big
Thank
round
you,
of applause.
Tracy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thanks so much. So